we are going to be spilling all the Love Island secrets.
We're going to talk you through a normal day.
Day in the villa.
A day in the villa. It's things that you don't actually see.
You know how when they're like really persistent personalities, so they're like, I'm not
Who
coming
was
out.
it?
I'm not saying. You
Come
can
on.
probably tell.
Beep it.
It's not even a bad thing. Some people have
Beep
more
this
hair.
out. Beep this out. Was it? Beep that out.
And there was someone who literally was so perfect and nice on camera.
Yeah.
And then behind scenes would say the most stuff
Really?
where we were like, we feel uncomfortable being around this person.
I'm not going to name names, but one of the boys went off at me.
Oh
Do you
my
remember?
God. I do remember that. That was...
I was just cracking jokes, you know me, like just keeping I was entertaining. That's what I do. I'm an entertaining man.
I wish this was aired because this was hilarious.
But I was like cracking jokes and they were like, can you just shut the up? Pass me the phone, let me read them. I haven't seen these, by the way.
It has stuff about my previous sex life, so you probably don't want to read that.
Go on, let me see.
No.
Spill the tea. I want to know the stuff about the sex life.
No, you don't want to know that.
Welcome to Agree to Disagree, a podcast hosted by two lovers. My beautiful, beautiful girlfriend, Jessie Wynter, who sat beside you, and myself, Will Young, where you'll find out how we agree to disagree to make our relationship work.
In today's episode, in celebration of the new Love Island coming out, we are going to be spilling all the Love Island secrets.
We're spilling tea. We're spilling the tea. Going to take you behind the scenes of what actually happens on Love Island. So let's take it, I guess, right to the start, our application process. Because you've done two applications. Because Jessie is a cheeky girl. She's done Love Island twice. So once in Australia and once in the UK. So what's the process in Australia? I want to see if it's different or the same.
So I went on Love Island when I was 22, 23, back in 2019. And I actually did get DM'd by a producer to apply.
Ooh.
But I'd already had an application in. So me and my friends did it like as a joke. Just because I'd come out.
Was it as a joke?
Yeah, I'd come out of a relationship.
Yeah.
And then he got a girlfriend really fast. And I was like, the fuck, bro? Like, we've been dating for ages. The fuck? So then me and my friends were like, fuck you. Like, go on. My friends were just like, go on Love Island or something. And at the time, obviously, I did not think I would get accepted on to a reality TV because if you saw where I come from, it's not really like reality TV material.
Yeah.
But apparently to the producers it was. And then I did like the full application process. So like the producers like emailed me, I think, and then they said that they wanted to do another questionnaire. Then I had to send a video because you didn't have to send a video in your initial application thing. It was just a written one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to do a video in the initial application, I would have got to the video part and be like, I'll sack that.
Yeah, not doing that.
Literally, I didn't do like social media back then really. So there was no talking videos and stuff. So then they asked me to send a questionnaire and then they asked me to send a video.
Okay.
And then they got me a audition, but because I'm from Tasmania, they had no auditions in my state. So I had to like fly into state. It felt so like...
I'm really interested. Have you still got the questionnaire with you?
I actually do have the questionnaire.
Okay, go on. Spill the tea then.
Oh my God.
And this was when? From when you were 23 years old?
Yeah. Fresh out of a relationship as well.
Give me the juicy bits.
I don't know. I'm embarrassed.
Come on, say it.
Okay, so what do we have? This one's funny.
Okay.
What's your biggest regret in life?
Yeah.
What do you reckon I said?
I have no idea.
I said, wasting time trying to impress people who ain't shit. Like, I wish I could rewind the clock and not give a fuck about what anyone thinks.
Really? And they casted you?
I told you.
They thought you were going to bring, they were like, yeah, get her on. She's going to cause drama.
And then I'm like, hey guys, it's okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, go on, give me some more.
What do people usually underestimate about you?
Yep.
What do you reckon?
Underestimate about you?
Yeah.
You don't take shit. You take no shit.
Well, I said, I think people underestimate how compassionate I truly am and how loyal I will be if you mean something to me. Just because I act like I don't care and I love a bit of banter and I can easily move on from things doesn't mean I don't have feelings.
She was hurt.
Girl was
you were hurt. Oh my goodness.
Oh, there are some here that I just will not read out
Why?
because I am just like,
Pass me
no.
the phone, let me read them.
And
I haven't seen these, by the way.
it has stuff about my previous sex life, so you probably don't want to read that.
Go on, let me see.
No.
Come on.
They've got like, what's your most embarrassing
Spill
sex
the
story?
tea. I want to know the stuff about the sex life.
No, maybe in another episode if you guys are lucky. No, you don't want to know that. You'll
Why?
be...
I want to know. I'm going to
Okay.
compare notes, what you've written and what's our relationship's like. I just
This
wanna
one's
compare.
funny. What is your relationship deal breaker?
Yeah.
A sexy Australian voice.
What?
I obviously had
Just repeat that for me one more time, just because I don't know if I'm mishearing it. What did that just say?
It's actually also written in capitals. A sexy Australian voice.
And you're with an English dude. We're not brushing past that. So what happened there?
It also says here,
what happened there? Come on, we need to talk about that. What happened there?
I don't know.
I am probably the complete polar opposite to a sexy Australian voice.
Well, fun fact, when I went on Love Island Australia, I ended up coupled up with an Irishman. So that obviously just went out the thing. And then I obviously met you a few years later.
Well, that one didn't last, the sexy Australian voice.
It also says here, and a good sense of humour and being able to make a group of people laugh is...
Tick.
I brought emojis in here.
Tick, tick, tick. Give it a hear. I do want to have a little look over them.
William.
Okay, you know exactly what I'm going to be doing when we're going to get home. I'm going to take Jessie's phone and read it. And I'm going to spill the tea if we do another episode of this.
Here's one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's 5 years on.
Yep.
And this is what I've written. I literally have no idea. I hope I'm still a bit hot and have a house with a sexy husband.
Still a bit hot. Tick. So still tick on still a bit hot. Tick house. We've got the emoji of the ticking time with husbands. So that's not too bad. So 5 years.
Maybe a little kid. Either way, I just want to be able to live my life without any financial burden and be living somewhere other than Tasmania and being a little wifey.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying wifey, because I do all the cooking. That's what wifeys do.
You're the wifey now.
I am the wifey, so you're the hubby. So my application process was completely different. I didn't have to do a questionnaire, which I'm fuming about.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
I didn't have to do a questionnaire. I didn't have to do a video. So my process, I hopped on same. They DM'd on Instagram, hopped on a Zoom with the producers, met the producers, and then that was it. So I generally thought I wasn't going on the show just because of the lack of things that I've done.
The communication and whatnot.
Yeah, the lack of communication, because I thought it was such a long process of getting onto the show. I was just like, they don't want me. They don't want me.
Did you want to go on the show?
Nor here nor there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't not going to respond, but I wasn't going to rely on it.
Yeah.
So I was just going with the flow. But after, when I met the producers, because I did that, and then 2 months had gone with no contact, I was just like, oh, not on.
Yeah.
And I get,
hello.
we want you. Start a lineup, baby.
I will never forget that call for my first Love Island. I was working as a waitress.
Yeah.
And I was actually just at work, mopping away, hated my life, cold. And I got a phone call and they're like, hey, we just want to let you know something. And she had a really negative voice. Yeah, your application for Love Island is approved.
Yeah, mine did that a little bit. They kind of call, and it was just like, hey, and then they were like, hey, and it was like, oh, how are you feeling and all this, and I was like, I don't know. And then they kind of string it on, and I was like, well, you're going in.
Yeah, they're like, wow.
Yeah.
And then
but you're not guaranteed to go on.
You're not into you're in, is what the producers always say.
That's what they say. You're not into you're in. So even if you get the phone call, because there was people from our season, I think Tanyelle got flown out the year before to go on the before season. So you can get flown out and not actually go on the show.
Yeah, I said to them,
me too.
Don't be doing that. I'm going on or I'm not.
That's what I said. I said, I'm not, you can't, because obviously I was working on the farm at the time, and my dad kind of was like, you either go on or, there's going to be trouble when you get back, because then I would have taken, it was a really busy time of the year. So I was just to them, guys, can I just get an answer, yes or no?
Yeah.
But they would almost saying yes without going 100% you're going on.
With Love Island Australia, I felt like I was going on. Just, I literally could feel it. Because I did Miss Universe in the process. I was like, Love Island application was
Slay
in process.
Queen, you won that
Miss
as
Universe,
well.
For Tasmania, but I didn't win actual Miss Universe.
Take it. Take your crown.
So it was kind of all happening at once, but I really thought, because if I wasn't going on Love Island, I'd commit to the Miss Universe side of things more.
Yeah.
But because I knew I was going to Love Island, I was like, oh, whatever. But I didn't actually know I was going on Love Island, if that makes sense. I could just sense.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't tell you till you're there, and you couldn't tell anyone. That was the hardest bit.
Did you tell anyone?
Absolutely not. When I was younger, because I just have never opened my eyes to this production world, TV, anything like that. I didn't even know you could make money on social media. I literally, when I came out of the villa, I didn't know you could make money on social media.
Did you tell anyone when you were going into the UK?
I did this time because that was my biggest regret with my first one.
Yeah.
Because I told nobody. Oh my God. So I was in the cast holding period. Before you go into the villa, you go into like a lockdown period.
Yeah.
I was in the cast holding period on my birthday, and I didn't tell any of my friends that I was
everyone
going
was
on Love
wishing you
Island.
happy birthday, happy birthday. And they're like, where the hell is Jessie?
One of my best friends at the time, Paige, actually bought me flowers for my birthday, and I could never collect them, which is so sweet. I didn't expect any of my friends to even get me birthday presents, even remember my birthday. And everyone was so concerned about me. And then my sister and my cousin were like, oh, she's sick. And people just said that's a lie because my birthday
Did they know?
Yeah, they did know because I was gone. Sis was gone.
Yeah. Fair. I had actually had like a going away meal.
Yeah, what?
I had a going away meal with my friends.
So many people on our Love Island UK one were like, yeah, like I had a going away party. And I was like, I thought you weren't supposed to tell anyone.
I told my group of friends, like there was 6 or 7 of us, and I had like a last hurrah, a goodbye meal. Goodbye forever.
See, because the producers keep saying, especially for the Love Island Australia one, you're not into, you're in.
Yeah. And that would have been embarrassing if you had like a goodbye meal and didn't actually go on the show.
Literally, I was like, I'm not like gonna, it will manifest the bad way for me, if that makes sense. Like I have to pretend that I'm not going on. Yeah. And also, I do wish I told more people because I put myself in such a stress hole because I was so stressed about going on the show, about my appearance, about my hair, and I didn't tell anyone. Yeah. So everyone was just like thinking I was having a mental breakdown. Then I just disappeared.
Yeah.
And for the UK one, my friends thought something really, really awful had happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, they were like contacting and like asking
calling
everyone.
The police. Where's Jessie?
Yeah, they got in contact with my best friend Hayley, which is like, so my Sydney best friends and Melbourne best friends got in contact with my Tassie best friend, which just is unheard of. They don't, they don't mix. Really concerned. So yeah.
That's crazy. So basically when you get told that you're going on the show, they book your flights and everything like that, and you actually get flown out there, and then my phone actually got taken away. So your phone gets taken away as soon at the first point. Well, it did for me because someone actually flew me over. So they took my phone at the airport. So no phone from that point on.
As soon as you land, no communication.
No, this was before I even flew.
Yeah.
I wasn't even allowed it on the fucking flight.
Yeah.
Rude as fuck.
See, I got my phone taken off me when I went on Love Island UK as soon as I landed.
Yeah.
However, because it's Love Island UK, they had no chaperone for Love Island like Australia.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because they came from Australia and all you guys came from the UK. You all had a chaperone flying, taking your phones off. I was like just chilling. Plus, my flight was bloody long.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. So when you land, you get put straight into isolation.
Yeah.
Straight into isolation, which basically means you're like in prison. What happened to me. You're in prison. You're 23-hour lockdown in the apartment, and then you're allowed 1 hour outside. And then you can go, in this hour, you can go on a walk, go on a run.
But you have to go with your chaperone.
Yeah,
so your chaperone is like your babysitter.
Yeah.
The minute you get to wherever, you're locked down. Like,
yeah, literally locked down.
Do you know, because I did my first Love Island before COVID. So everything was so different back then.
Yeah.
In our lockdown period, we could go into cafes and stuff.
Really?
But because of this one, because of COVID, you couldn't even go into cafes or anything like that. You couldn't come in contact with anyone else because if you got COVID-19 and then brought it into the villa, the whole show would be shut down.
Did you go into cafes or do anything?
In our lockdown, my chaperone did. She wasn't supposed to do that then. Sorry, girl.
You naughty.
My chaperone was younger than me. Because I'd already done Love Island, I was a bit cheeky at that time.
My chaperone was just like proper on point. I really got on with him though, to be fair. But like I was literally on the dot. And they must have trackers of where everyone else is.
Because they track their phones.
When we went on a walk, they were like, oh, no, you can't walk down there. We've got to go over here. And I was like, I can smell something in the air here. Yeah. So you kind of had to know, and you were all staying in the same area, but obviously you couldn't see each other. But in my isolation period, nothing apart from, so I was locked down for like 10 days before going into the villa. And the only communications we got was when the producers came over to say, basically, you're in the starting lineup. And then another person who came in and did the haircut. Apart from that, I actually just had a pretty what the hell do you do every day without, you're not allowed to go out, not allowed to go on your phone. I think I smashed out loads of like new series, listening to music. I got some dumbbells and was like pumping them in the little terrace bit. But apart from that, nothing really exciting happened to me in the isolation period.
No, so my isolation, I ended up being in lockdown for over 2 weeks. And I was in there, I was like, guys, I'm
Losing
not
your
going on the
mind.
show. I've been in lockdown for so long.
Yeah, losing your
But
mind.
luckily, I think I came at the end of the first or second week. So it wasn't that long.
End of first week.
End of first week. So
Yeah.
I was really early in because I was like, yeah, I did not want to stay in that bloody lockdown for any longer. I was going nuts.
But Jessie was in a fucking penthouse, by the way.
I was in a
This wasn't even, I had a little flat, right? I had a little flat. And also, side note, when you have a chaperone and you're sharing with someone, it's actually really awkward the first couple of days.
Did you have your own bathroom?
Did we? I don't think we did.
We had like separate bathrooms.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You didn't have a separate bathroom. And so obviously like pooing, showering.
Yeah, sharing.
Do you know what I mean? All of that sort of jazz was, I think you just kind of like just had to grow up and just get over it. But I was like really awkward about that, doing that sort of stuff because it's just a randomer you're sharing a flat with. It's like you're on holiday with your best mate, but you don't know your best mate.
You got no idea who they are.
Yeah.
Love Island Australia, my lockdown was bloody awesome. My chaperone, I can't remember her name because you have no phone during this period, right? So my chaperone for Love Island Australia lockdown, we were actually in a resort. So all the islanders were spread out across 3 resorts. So it was really restricted when you'd leave your resort room. But we had like a villa in Fiji. And my chaperone was letting me drink alcohol. She was literally,
Really?
oh my God, I was so cheeky on Love Island Australia.
Party time.
Well, when we'd go out for dinner, because we were at a resort, you had to go out to the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, just get a cocktail. And then I was like getting her drunk. And I was like to her, like, can you show me my photo every single day? Because they post on this is back when they posted on social media while you were in the villa. And the Love Island Australia producers posted for you. And I was like, can you show me my photo? Can you show me my photo? And one day I got her drunk enough because I was pretending to drink the cocktails and we had a whole jug, but I wasn't. She was drinking them. And she showed me my photo and it was disgusting.
Really?
I wish I never saw her.
That's like the worst thing because you have no control over the photo that gets chosen. You don't
From there,
get
I
to
had to
pick
block
them.
my mind off.
You don't get to pick them. You go in and get a photo shoot and then they pick whatever one they think best. Because my one's like open mouth like this, like, which is fucking ridiculous.
I need to find the Love Island Australia photo. I'll put it on our TikTok account. It is bloody, doesn't even look like me.
Really?
And it was our wallpaper the whole time we were there on the phone.
Because something happened to Jessie during isolation, which probably wasn't the most ideal situation.
Oh, this is so dumb. In the isolation period in South Africa, we got robbed.
Jessie got fucking robbed in isolation. So we're in Cape Town, and this is what, during your 1 hour.
We get to leave. We
Being
get to leave
allowed
our
out.
room for 1 hour a day. So we went to the beach, me and my chaperone, and bless her, she was only 21. And she's with an Australian. Australians, we just dump our stuff like on the table like that and hope no, you wouldn't expect anyone
No
to
one
steal
in
my stuff.
Australia would steal.
No.
I feel like UK here, you do that, your shit's gone. Probably
Yeah.
most places anywhere else, but in Australia, I could chuck my phone somewhere and
Just
someone,
leave it, just
someone would
still
just
be
pick it
there.
up and give it back to you rather than taking it.
Yeah, so we're at the beach and we have like a little tote bag. Luckily, because we get our phones confiscated, nothing was in the bag of me, but the chaperone had her phone in there. So I just put my bag down on the beach, which actually had all the chaperone stuff. And we were like, let's go put our feet in the water. So we're like putting our feet in the water. The next minute, everyone on the beach is yelling and hunting and chasing this person down. And I'm like, oh God, look, something's going on over there.
What's that?
And then they started yelling at us. They're like, this is your bag. And they literally have this guy pinned to the ground because he'd stolen our bag. And we were like, oh, that's ours. Oh my God. Yeah, really like, because I
What
wasn't
the hell
allowed to
is
come in
going on?
contact with anyone
Yeah.
because if I had COVID-19, I couldn't go in the villa and we got tested for COVID every single day. So they pinned this guy down on the ground who'd stolen our stuff and then calling the police, and the police were there.
Yeah.
And we had to go to the station to tell the police about this or something so that the police could actually charge him. But because I couldn't go to the station because of COVID, I had to keep going like, oh, sorry, I can't come.
Yeah, that's such a fucking nightmare. You're put in such a bad situation.
I
Imagine
know.
if because of that situation you got COVID and then you weren't allowed in the villa.
Literally, well, I didn't end up going to the police station because the police were like, you need to come to the station so you can press charges so we can lock him in jail. And I just had to be
I'm
like,
going on TV in 2 days. No.
my chaperone was like, sorry, she can't because of just ITV rules.
Yeah.
And then the police was really angry because they spent all that time catching him and they just had to let him go free apparently. And I was like,
Let him go free or go on TV.
well, it wasn't my choice. It was my chaperone.
Yeah.
She was like, no, you're not allowed. You're not allowed.
Yeah.
She was freaking out.
I can imagine.
She was only
Poor girl.
21. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really excited about this big job. And then we just had that little issue. So then, Oh, IT people were really nice to me after that, though. They were like,
Were
you
they?
okay? I was like, guys, I'm fine.
Yeah. So once the isolation period is done, we got, well, our days going in would be a little bit different. Well, you would have had a similar in because you were starting line up for Australia. But basically, you get driven and it's quite far away.
So this is the day you go into the villa.
This is the day I'm going into the villa. And
the
then,
big day.
Yeah, and then you get driven, and just before you like enter the grounds, you get blindfolded. And I kid you not, you're blindfolded for hours, like absolutely hours. So you're blindfolded, you go into the gates. Well, I'm just guessing here, but I couldn't see. But you go into the gates and basically go, right, we're here. We're going to help you and get out the car. And they help you get out the car, and then they walk you to a T-piece tent.
Yeah, we
and
had the tent.
Yeah, and you're basically in the garden behind the villa, and they've got 10 TP tents where each individual islander is, but your own little space. And then what basically happens every time you go to the toilet or you need to do some filming, the blindfold's put back on, and then you go to that place and then do it and then come back. Which was just like a really, really weird experience. And in that time before going into the villa, I had my makeup done. So I had my makeup.
Slay.
Yeah, I had my makeup done on the first day. They fucking fake tanned me. Bearing in mind, like I was like tanning every single day, hours and hours out in the sun, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm the most tanned I've ever been. Like this is so good. For them to come and then go like, no, you're not tanned enough. And they put fucking fake tan all over me before going into the villa.
The spray tan before you go in.
The spray tan before going in. And I'm like, well, what? Do I have to like top this tan up while I'm in there? Like, what's the crack sort of thing? And then, so once that's all done and the filming's done, and I guess like the producers and everyone has like spoken to you and like psyched yourself up, I guess.
They hype you up so much, the producers in this period too, because we had the tent thing as well in Love Island Australia.
Yeah.
You just sit in there blindfolded. You can kind of hear other people in their tents as well.
Well, I had a little slit in my tent, and I know I kept when I was on my own going and trying to peek, and I saw the back of someone. I can't remember who it was, but I saw the back of someone, so I was like, oh, he's really big and strong. I was like, what the fuck am I getting myself into?
Well, mind you, at this point, we've been in isolation for like a week or two.
Yeah.
So you haven't had contact with anyone other than the producers and your chaperone. So you're sitting in a tent dying to like see another form of human.
Literally. So once that's all done and you're actually ready to go in, you get blindfolded again, brought to the car, and then basically they will talk to you, but you can't see. So they're like, what's going to happen is the blindfold's going to get taken off you. You're going to go into this Jeep, and then it's going to drive. And for the length of the Jeep, cheer, chant, put your arms up.
I hated
like,
that.
Go crazy. So I'm like, you're like blindfolded. They take it off. You like look around. It's all new things you're seeing. You get into this Jeep and you just fucking start putting up your arms and go, woo, woo, woo. And it's like bonkers.
Mind you, you're next to the person driving the Jeep.
Yeah, it is. And I'm like, what the hell is life right now? Like, it was the weirdest experience ever. And then you get dropped off outside the villa. They basically tell you to go in. So you walk through the doors, and then you hear the voice of God, which we'll get onto a bit later, saying, right, are you ready? You go, oh, I guess so.
This voice comes out of the roof.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, the door in front of you, walk through it. And then I'm like, and then what? And then they just go, and then what? Just walk through it. And then
you have people all filming you, standing behind you.
I didn't.
They didn't film you behind, walking in?
Nope.
Oh.
Didn't film you.
No, they would have filmed the Jeep.
The Jeep.
Camera crew all around you.
Yeah, but this is when I'm actually in the house.
Oh.
No, because I guess on the show, you just get the person walking through the door.
Yeah.
You just get the
Your
person,
villa's different to the other one.
Yeah, so you just walk through the door, and then that's where I saw a couple of people and was like, hi! Hello!
Can we just talk about the Jeep scene though? My Love Island Australia Jeep scene is so fucking embarrassing because I was like, woo, and they're like, say something more, maybe do it like 10 times.
I can't wait to get in that villa.
Do you know what I said?
What? I'm so ready for the boys.
So fucking cringe. Every time I hear this, even when I said it afterwards, I was cringing.
Yeah.
I was like, come at me, Love Island. Come at me, a man.
Yeah, you did.
I fucking did. It's so embarrassing. And you could just see in my body posture how awkward.
You went, come at me, Love Island. come at me a man.
Yes, because they would like say, like, you want to go in.
Come at me a man. What the fuck does that even mean?
Come at me.
Come at me a man. That
Fucking
sounds really wrong.
And of course they fucking use that in all the adverts and everything.
That sounds really wrong. Come at me, man.
Come at me, a man. It's so.
Come at me, a man. That
you
just
should hear my
sounds like,
voice. Oh my god.
Yeah. What we're hopefully going to do in one of these episodes a bit later on as well. You let us know if you want us to do this because I really do. I don't know how keen Jessie is.
I am not keen for this.
I really want to review her Love Island Australia. See how different she is, see what she did. But that's a story for another day. We're going on a bit of a tangent here, aren't we?
So you walk through the Love Island doors.
Yeah, how did you? Go on, explain to me how...
Our Love Island...
how you entered. Because you're a bombshell.
Do you know, it's so weird. My brain just forgets about Love Island UK. Like, I think in my mind, Love Island Australia, because it was the first time doing anything like that. Those memories are just so much stronger than Love Island UK. Love Island UK, I got driven there.
Yeah.
And I was actually supposed to watch 3 of the episodes before I went into the villa. And I just didn't because do you know what I actually did? I watched me on Love Island Australia.
Why were you watching that?
Because my chaperone wanted to see. And I was like, I said to her, I've got no personality. She's like, yes, you have. And then she had to show me my Love Island Australia to remind me I have a personality. Because I was in lockdown for so long.
What a fucking good hype woman though,
yeah,
isn't
she's
it?
like, you've got a personality. Look at this episode. Ha ha ha, you were so funny. I don't know if like the Love Island UK producers told her to do that.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I was just not keen to go in.
Because you're supposed to watch the episodes and then see who you fancy.
I think they wanted me to act like how I did on Love Island Australia. And I kept saying, I was like, guys, I'm older now.
So you were actually a bit sneaky because you still had your Apple Watch in.
Yeah, to talk to my family.
To talk to the family. So before going into the villa, who were your top picks?
Okay, my top picks before going into the villa were they changed like every day. So Shaq was one of them.
Yeah, I know. Jessie's brother actually did text you with your Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Which Jessie,
She said, go for Shaq.
She broke the rules of that one and said, go for Shaq. Oscar, what the bloody hell do you think you're doing, mate?
And then you were obviously one of my picks as well.
Woo! Every day.
When they showed me the photos of them, because they really needed to know who I gauged. So they showed me all their photos.
Yeah, but Love Island showed clips of me to Jessie, which just didn't work in my fucking favour.
Yeah, they showed me the one of Will going, woo, in the pool.
Looking like a freak.
They showed me all the promos and I was like, yeah, that guy seems cool.
Yeah,
that guy seems good. That guy seems attractive. Like, I did say I wanted a guy like tall, lighter hair, country boy.
Yeah, me. Wow.
Yeah, that was like my thing. The producers were going like, I think they were really pushing me towards you anyways because I was like, yeah, I want someone who does TikToks with me because like when I had a boyfriend last time, he thought I was an idiot because I like TikTok.
TikTok of me, hey?
And they were like, oh, imagine you and Farmer Will like making TikToks together. And I was
they
like...
manifested the shit, everything happened.
Yeah, but I'd not seen your TikToks, so I didn't know what TikToks you did. And I had a big surprise when I came out because you were like, don't go wasting your... I thought you would do like educational videos.
They were fucking educational, a few of them.
Yeah, but like in the most like... Anyways, love your TikTok videos. But yeah, I had to tell them who I liked and each day it just changed because every episode was different.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to watch all the episodes and I didn't. So on the way to Love Island, I was in the van watching, trying to catch up on the episodes. And like...
You don't need to though.
I didn't want to because I was getting sucked out. I was like, the girls are so pretty. And like, I just didn't want to know anything about anyone. So I was trying to shut my mind off for it.
Yeah.
And then they just shoved me in the villa. Got to go in with Aaron.
Yeah, you did. And then it was really funny. So it's really bait in there when you know something's going to happen. So basically that we were having a pool party and then they were like, everyone just dance in a line here. And we're all looking at each other and like, what? And they're like, just do a dance and look there. So we're all looking out in the distance so you can't see the house. So you know something's coming. And then you hear Jessie and Aaron go, "G'day, mates."
They told us to say something Australian.
"G'day, mate."
They wanted us to say other stuff. And I was like, dude, we don't say shrimp on the barbie. I'm pretty sure they wanted us to be like, shrimp on the barbie. I was like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm not walking into Love Island UK and saying, let's put a shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, that was really funny. So we're going to talk you through a normal day. In it.
Day in the villa.
A day in the villa. It's things that you don't actually see. So first of all, you wake up.
You wake up by the lights coming on. You got no say when you wake up either.
Yeah, literally. You wake up by the lights coming on and then they're like, "Good morning, everyone." Wake up. And obviously everyone's like waking up. no one wants to fucking chat, and then they will get on the voice of God, and the voice of God is basically a voice that appears in through speakers.
It's kind of like the Big Brother voice.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't appear on the show. We have a Big Brother pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much like the voice of God. And then they'll go like, guys, come on, like have some
Energy.
chats. Like, yeah, energy. Like, and then they'll be like, Will, ask everyone how last night was, like how everyone's feeling. Or Jessie, like,
Mind you, the whole house can hear this.
yeah, like Jessie, say this, or maybe ask this and something like that.
Mind you, you've just woken up.
Yeah.
You just fucking woken up out of bed by these blinding lights.
Oh, they're
telling
fucking
you to talk
blinding
already.
as well, aren't they?
No coffee before this. You have to get straight on camera.
You cannot see. That's why a lot of people in the villa wear shades.
Because it just actually hurts your eyes. These little squinty blue eyes, they cannot handle it. I can't even handle the natural sun, let alone those lights fresh in the morning.
Yeah, so you have a little bit of chat in the morning, and then they'll basically say either like the boys go downstairs and have a chat about last night, and the girls go on the terrace and have a chat. Or like they might split up, like
They put you in groups.
yeah, or they might go like Jessie, Will, someone else, go and have a chat by the fire pit. Someone else have a chat here.
So this is where we were really
So
dumb
it's-
in our season, because we should have just cottoned on. They were making storylines with that. When they were like
But you
making the
can't really
groups.
refuse, can you? You can't go, no, I'm not doing that.
They probably would like it if anyone did, but we're just like, we were zombies because we were so exhausted.
I feel like everyone is zombies.
Yeah, we were just so tired, and they were like, okay, we'll go in those groups. So Love Island Australia, we didn't have to do that.
Nice.
This was years ago though. So you got to wake up and just get breakfast when you want. If you don't want to talk to your partner in the morning, you don't have to. You can just do what you want.
Yeah, basically, you don't get long to do your makeup. So when you have this split up, like some of the boys will go downstairs, make the girls a coffee, bring them up, and then you have your like morning chat, morning debrief. Every morning, I don't know if it's shown because I haven't watched it back, but you have morning debrief every single fucking morning.
Oh my God. So us girls would all sit on that terrace, and I'm telling you, no one wanted to do the debrief.
No.
We were all like, that's why people would be like, oh, this person's fake on the show. No, we're just tired out of our brains.
Literally. So you have a morning debrief, which lasts like, 10 minutes?
Sometimes longer, because you all had to sit in the circle and go around, and everyone goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How was everyone's night then? Jessie, how was your night?
And
Oh,
it would
I
literally be
liked
stop
it.
stand up. Oh my God, it was so good. Will and I had cuddles. He's just so cute. I really like him. Next person. I don't know how I'm feeling about
Yeah, I
this
don't know where my
person.
head's at. The fucking Bob Standard Love Island shit.
And we had to listen to the same conversation with the same people every single morning,
Yeah.
all tired.
Yeah.
And I think everyone does the debrief, but I don't know if they just air a couple people's each morning.
No, they must. They must. So when the debrief is done, straight into lunch. But the thing is, it feels like fucking breakfast because you're just waking up half an hour ago.
Literally.
Straight into lunch.
And so it feels like you woke up half an hour ago. And then
probably-
it'll be like a
because it
curry.
is.
A curry for
Oh my
lunch,
God.
which is actually breakfast.
Chicken. We had chicken
Every single day.
Every day. And it was sometimes like chicken curry or chicken and gravy or just like plain chicken.
With the same
chicken.
salad. Do you remember I had the same salad with the same amount
Me
of
and you.
olives?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. Do you know me and Will ate the same in the villa? We were the same every single time. Me and Will would make a huge salad and we'd plonk heaps of mayonnaise on it. Do you remember that?
But it's really funny because once they feel like all the chats are done, they'll go, right, time for lunch. And then you get these big, massive bodyguards.
Like huge.
Fucking coming through with tables.
Sunglasses on.
Yeah, with tables, set up the tables. So you've got two tables, a boy table and a girl table.
And they're not cute tables. They're just like those it looks like a workplace.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. These big ass tables come down in the villa. They start running out the food. And if it was too hot, they set up like a teepee for us, a tent.
Yeah.
Like a big blue tent like you have at like school sports carnivals.
And the reason you don't see anyone eat is because they don't film it. Although the cameras are still rolling and they can still see you and hear you, so you're mic'd up 24/7, it's just not recorded because it doesn't look very pretty.
It literally does not look like the villa. And I asked the Love Island Australia producers why they did this, and they just said eating's unattractive.
Yeah, eating is unattractive.
Especially when we're eating those chicken bones.
So the boys and girls can't actually speak to one another, and you can't talk about anything that's going on in the villa. So the chat's really dry because you don't know what's happening on the outside. Like, what fucking conversation can you have?
Yeah, this is like a big part though that I think really is weird with the TV, because some people would come out with different personalities every single day at lunchtime. They would be saying shit, like rogue shit. I heard when it was lunchtime.
Go on, what's the regular thing
I
you
heard,
heard?
oh my God, I just ridiculous comments about, I remember there was one particular person talking about really, I didn't like this chat, but it was a lot about like people's body types, you know, how people looked, calorie intake, all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So the rogue stuff that people knew that couldn't come out on TV, this is when they'd be saying that shit.
Yeah.
And then people would also be name dropping, like, you know, you'd really, really get an insight to who people are at lunchtime.
Yeah. And then, so once you have your lunch, you basically get straight into the next thing. So you clear up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you clear up.
Also, I had a sneaky hack. So when it was lunchtime, the boys and girls had to sit separate. But so I've got ADHD, so I cannot sit still. And so I couldn't do that. So the producers actually were really accommodating for that. And I was actually allowed to stand up and do the dishes and clean the kitchen when everyone had to sit down for ages.
We used to have chit chats.
So I used to have a little secret, like not secret, but I used to try to talk to you and like wave to you and stuff.
Yeah, we did. We maybe even kissed one time during there, not on camera.
We get in trouble. They'd be like, no, Jessie and Will, separate. We're like, sorry.
Yeah. So once that's all done, you basically, after lunch, if there's a challenge, you all get given your phones. So you don't have your phones 24/7. You basically,
because they need a charge.
You basically get given your phone when there's a challenge. So
the producers go, everyone now go disperse in the garden and make sure you have your phones.
Yeah, literally. So you go that you have runners who basically give you your phones and you disperse. And then everyone's kind of just having shit chat, waiting for this fucking phone to ping and go, I've got a text.
And then if you don't like say it good enough, they'll be like, go again.
Yeah. Oh, no, they do. They will read. I never had that because I always bought the energy.
You always have the energy.
You know me, I always bought the energy. But so, yeah, they were like, can you do that again? A little bit maybe more excited, or, you know, if it was like a bad challenge, they were like, oh, maybe a little bit more like worried. So yeah, that, and I kid you not, this happened straight after lunch when everyone had full fucking bellies.
Oh my God. And being a girl in a bikini, but when I was in there, I was like, I do not care if I'm bloated.
Yeah.
Like, I need my munch.
Everyone's in the same
bloat.
Everyone's in the same bloat sort of thing. So yeah, you would either go into a challenge, which we'll get onto kind of like how they run.
The challenges took forever. Oh my God. And we were always out in the heat. Like,
oh, it was hot. It was fucking hot.
Boiling.
And you're out there for at least 2 hours. You're out there for a couple of hours.
Yeah, we went for hours and hours. Also, mind you, this whole time we have no concept of time.
No.
We didn't know what the time was at all.
No, God, no. You kind of had to start guessing it by the sun, or like when the new people came in, you know when people's shifts changed and you kind of gauged ideas.
So we had producers in the villa essentially looking after us. They try to be there as little as possible, but they do need to be there. So when the producers do their swap, you kind of know what time their shifts are.
Yeah, so we had an evening producer, and she always came in at 6 p.m. So you always know when it was 6 p.m. sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then you kind of gauge on.
And like, I'm pretty sure we weaseled that information out of her, like being like, oh, when do you start your shift? Because we all turned so sneaky.
We like looked over her shoulder if she was on her phone to try and catch what time it was.
We were also, because we were like so bored in here at the same time. We had no phones, nothing, no connection to the outside world. Finding out the time was like the best mission.
Yeah, I know, literally. It was like,
we got it. Literally, and then like you wouldn't be able to say it because the producers would hear because they could hear everything. So everyone was like, we know the time.
Yeah. So yeah, with the challenges, they take 2 hours, maybe sometimes even
We don't
3.
even know. They could have taken longer.
Yeah, but
sometimes we get back from the challenge and it'll be dinner time.
That was my guess. But when you'd done the challenge, which takes a lot longer because sometimes you had to redo filmings. Like if you had to say something, they might get you to say it.
The running down the hill.
2 or 3 different times. Yeah,
running,
the running and going woo is done like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, everything's like a lot of the stuff which it looks productionized, it is. The challenges is the like slow-mos and running. That's not done. That's not one take. No, that's like multiple takes.
They're like, just run down and look happy. We're like,
And then when you do finish the challenge, you have to wait for a beach hut. You have to talk in a beach hut. So that's if you're doing it on your own or doing it with like 2 people. So you have to sit in your challenge outfit. And if it's dirty, wet, sweaty, mucky, you have to sit in it and wait until you get called to the beach hut.
The worst one for this is the snog, marry, pie.
Yeah.
So all the people that got pied weren't allowed to wash their faces. They weren't allowed to wash the fucking moldy cream off their faces and hair until they'd done a beach hut.
Yeah.
Did you get pied? Did I get pied? I don't think I did. Or did we?
I feel like I did get pied and I can't remember by
I got
who.
pied in Love Island, Australia.
I can't remember. If I can't remember.
I got pied in Love Island Australia and started eating the cream.
I reckon someone
really
did pie me to get out of pieing someone.
Maybe. But we had to you have to keep the cream on your face.
Yeah.
In Love Island Australia, after we did Snog, Marry, Pie, everyone jumped in the pool. And it was so fucking gross because we all jumped on the pool with pie and cream on our face.
I bet that pool was disgusting.
The pool for the rest of the season was disgusting.
Really?
It was so gross.
Really? For the rest of the season, was it?
Yeah, it had cream in it.
That is fucking disgusting.
Disgusting.
But I really enjoyed my beach hut time. How did you?
You loved the beach hut.
I really liked the dude who I was speaking to. I won't say his name, but I really got on with him. But like in the beach hut, you're called in there a lot more than it seems. You're called it. You might go in there 4 or 5 times a day.
So everyone has to have a beach hut before they go to bed. And the beach hut is just like a little camera sitting on a box. And you have a voice coming out at you.
Yeah.
And every single person in the villa has to do a beach hut before bed. They go from 10 minutes to 30 minutes. The longer, the better.
Yeah.
And think about it. If you have 10 people in the villa and they're all spending, say, on average 20 minutes in there, it takes hours. And you have to wait up and sit out in that garden all dressed up. You can't wash your makeup off till you're done your beach hut. You have to sit around until your beach hut gets done.
They're really smart because they will like get you in throughout the day and ask you the same question but in different context.
Yeah.
To probably get the answer they want you to say.
They're really good at creating TV. Like, it's a good TV show.
They are really. So let's get into the night out. So I say the night out. You get dressed up to go into the fucking garden. So this is always after dinner, and dinner's the same concept as lunch. So you get the tables out. It's not filmed, blah, 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 blah. So the girls will go off, and then they will get an hour to 2 hours getting ready.
We don't know. Sometimes I'm pretty sure it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which used to make me so angry because everyone that knows me knows whenever I get ready, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
It ain't fun for me.
Yeah.
And especially if I'm stressed already. So I would just be like stressed doing my hair and makeup. And it's like when you're on TV, you would want to look your best.
Yeah,
because I was stressed, I was just,
100%.
I don't fucking care.
Well, my memory that I have of it, that we had, I had all the time in the world. Like the boys, we just used to like piss about, like play games.
Because you guys don't have to wash and dry your hair.
Yeah, drink coffee and sit and just like do nothing.
So with the girls, we all had to share hair straighteners and hair dryers. And I feel like we had many people in the villa the whole time.
The shower situation, there's only one inside shower as well.
So yeah, to shower, if you were the last one to shower, and I was the run to the pack in this regards. Like literally, I would always have to wait till last to shower. If not, sometimes I didn't even get to shower and I had to go outside. And
that's what I started just going outside because it was just clear.
Yeah. There were some people that were like, I need to watch. You know how when they're like really persistent personalities, so they're like, I'm not coming out. I'm not saying. You can probably tell. It's not even a bad thing. Some people have more hair.
Beep this out. Who was it? Well, I just clocked on to just like showering outside, super chill. And
showering outside, yeah.
Yeah, so before actually you go outside and have your party or your night, so we briefly spoke about runners as producers in the show, and you have your like game plan for the evening, okay? And this is basically where the producer will go on the voice of God and it's like, Will, can you come outside? So then you go outside and you basically speak to this producer about your game plan. Like, how are you feeling?
Not everyone had this every night, you know.
Really?
No, you were just you were just really good at being on Love Island.
Really? Did you not have it every night?
No. Well, I don't know either.
I think the boys had it every night. The boys did.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we took.
Not everyone had it every night.
Because they do it in the. Yeah, the boys did. Yeah. Because I guess it's like the boy. The boys definitely.
I didn't have it every night.
Oh, because they came on the mic and was like, Will, can you go outside? And then they would go on to the next and the next.
You knew if you were involved in the episode though, because you would have to go there.
I was out there every night.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, so Will had a game plan with the producers every night.
Not a fucking game plan. That makes it sound bad, but it was called a game plan. And then they will basically go, how are you feeling? Who do you want to talk to? What do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah.
They did say that they needed to gauge where the Islanders were at just so they could, because think about it, they have to like produce the show so they could kind of get where the Islanders' heads are.
But the boys, we always took it in turns.
So with the Love Island as well, at this period, after you've had dinner and you're ready and you're about to go on your night out,
yeah.
I had to have a nighttime medic and a morning medic, and most people only had a morning medic. So because I had the evening medic, every single night I went to the front, and I think the other people in the villa thought every single night I got to go to the producers. So I think that's like another reason they were calling me fake. But I was like, guys, I literally like...
It's because they were threatened by you, babe. Huh?
Yeah, they were really mean.
Fucking
I was like,
threatened.
guys, I literally need medication.
Yeah.
I could, like, because I had to go to the medic every night.
But it's really, really funny. So obviously when... I'm 100% sure the boys definitely got
we
to the
did sometimes
producer.
get the chit
But
chat.
like, so you will see your cheers. So you all... It's really fucking funny. So you'll all be waiting in the living room. And then it will be like, guys, in 3, 2, 1, run out and have fun. So you all like... That's why you always see them running out the doors going... Woo! No fucking music, can I say?
Mind you, you guys are seeing this on TV, so people think it's like super serious or something, but because we're just in there pissing about, we're just like, lol.
And then you have a
laugh.
cheers that you might do a 1 or 2 cheers. So cheers for tonight, or if it wasn't good enough, they'll go, can you do it again? And then you'll do another cheers. But it's really funny because everyone you know what you're doing before. It's not natural. So like
Oh my God, I fucked up every time I had to do the cheers. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Every single time I got nervous and messed it up.
So you basically, because people like who were involved in the episode or what spoke to the producers, it's like, the cheers happens and it's like, oh, Jessie, can I pull you for a chat? And then you go and have a chat, the thing that you chat
So you'd
about.
have the game plan with the producers and you'd come ask me for a chat. Like the producers you would tell them that you're going to chat with me, but because I never was involved in the game plans.
They're not fucking game plans. Let's get a bit out of hand now.
But now I'm thinking back on it because I remember once Will came over to me because I was eating toast.
Oh yeah, and she was like, I was like, can I have a chat? And Jessie was like, no. I was like, no. We need a chat.
And I was like, dude, just let me finish my toast. Like, I still liked you. I didn't want to not be in a couple with you. Girl just wanted to eat her toast and
I was
relax.
like, Jessie was like, I'm eating my toast. And I was like, no. We really need a chat.
And then another Love Islander, a girl, like watched it, remember? And then she like told everyone, she's like, yeah, Jessie seemed like she didn't want to chat with Will. And I was like, I literally just want to eat my fucking toast.
Yeah, literally. So you also have days off once a week, and it normally was on a Saturday because the dumping normally happened on a Friday.
Yeah, we had like cottoned onto all their little patterns. I mean, I know you guys on the outside watched and knew the patterns.
It was very patterned, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like everything was just so structured and patterned out. So we kind of could like clock on. And in the weirdest way, we adapted to being in there. We adapted to this weird lifestyle of being told what to do, when to wake up.
Yeah.
And we just adapted to the patterns. We were so proud of ourselves for like predicting there's a dumping this night. And the producers hated it when we tried to predict what was happening. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They're like, just live in the moment and stop trying to predict what's happening.
Yeah, because like a lot of your chat would be like, yeah, there's going to be a dumping tonight. I can just feel it.
Yeah. And they're like, just chat about your couple.
Yeah. And it's like, fucking, how many times can I say that? Oh, all my eggs are in your basket. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Oh my God. But yeah, days off. You have 1 day off a week, which was normally on a Saturday, which was, that was a weird scenario.
I loved and hated this because on the day off, so you wake up on a Saturday morning, you'd get ready for your day because you'd
film the morning.
You'd film the morning and also they'd be like, oh, it's not a day off. And then it would be a day off. So then you'd actually get ready because you think you're not having a day off. I woke up and, we had a little lay-in today, so I'm going to do my makeup nice and pretty. Then comes to lunchtime, jokes, guys, we're not filming.
Yeah.
So then they come around and take a photo of you with your hair and makeup and your outfit, your swimsuit, so that when you resume filming the following day after your day off,
exactly the same.
You have to do your hair and makeup and your jewelry, everything exactly the same.
Look exactly the same.
Continuity.
Yeah, continuity. Fucking hell, the amount of times I heard that word. Continuity. Yeah, that shit was crazy. But on the days off, the boys and girls can't be together. Like you're separated, you do get in trouble, and you're not allowed to talk about anything relevant that's going in or happening in the villa.
And you all sleep in the same bedrooms, but you don't share beds. They
God.
allocate you someone to share a bed with.
Boys will stay in bed with the boys, and girls will stay in bed with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, well, and they rotate it. So I slept with different boys that night, like that fucking villa experience.
And like, so you're all still in the same bedroom, but the boys are all down that end and the girls are up that end. So you'd try to like wave to each other and say goodnight.
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't talk to people. Like some couples just would not want to borrow each other on the off day.
Yeah, because on one of the days off, I'm not going to name names, but one of the boys went off at me.
Oh my God. I do remember that. That was, honestly, this was the best tea
because
of the island.
I was fucking just cracking jokes, you know me, like just I was entertaining, that's what I do, I'm an entertaining man.
I wish this was aired because this was fucking hilarious.
But I was like cracking jokes and they were like, can you just shut the fuck up?
He said, it's actually really sad that you think you have to make people laugh all the time and that you have to make jokes 24/7. Are you ever going to grow up?
Yeah, I know, innit? And I was like, because all of the lads looked at me and it was like, is this serious?
I thought he was joking. So I was like, thinking it was like not serious. And he's like, no, I'm actually being serious. Like, you think that you have to make jokes all the time. It's actually sad how much you want to make people smile.
And then, so I got called into the villa the next day and they basically said, like, how do you feel about this? Like, are you okay? No, I think they wanted to squash it. Yeah, because me and the person got brought into the beach hut. And, like,
to be fair, I actually like the person. And
yeah, so do I. This is no disrespect or anything.
They were just annoyed. They probably just wanted to go to sleep and you are quite like nighttime. You were being funny.
I'm like Mama. I'm really like, I'm very high energy in your face. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
There are a few times when people would get annoyed at each other in the villa. Yeah. And it was always on the off time, so it was never taken to camera. So if there was any other like hostility, like it's almost like something happened on the off days or in the off moments.
Yeah. So we actually got takeaways them nights.
Oh my God,
we
yes.
got fucking Mackies, we got pizzas. It was decent, wasn't it?
You should have seen how happy we would be when the producers would be like...
You know when you eat and you do that happy dance?
Everyone in the villa would be like, yes! Like, this is the happiest I had seen anyone in the villa anytime. That one night we got McDonald's. No, one night we got KFC.
Did we?
Do you remember the KFC?
No.
How do you not remember the KFC? Everyone felt sick because we got those giant smoothies.
Oh, yes, I do remember.
We all actually felt so sick. I think Shaq got a really sore belly from the KFC. I don't know if it was the smoothies.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Quite a few people got sore bellies, but I didn't.
That shit was good, though.
And then that other time we got pizza. Oh, my God. Because when we just been eating chicken and salad every day. So when we got the takeout, that was like amazing.
But apart from that, nothing, apart from a bit of tension, there wasn't any drastic changes in the off days.
On Love Island Australia, so we had an off day on Love Island Australia, and this is before COVID, so we actually got to go on an excursion and we got to leave the villa. So it was the coolest thing ever. The boys got to go to the gym, which I was jealous of because we had to go to a bloody a massage place and I wanted to go to the gym and not the massage place.
Really, yeah.
Only one girl wanted to get a massage and the rest of us girls had to sit there bored. Anyways.
I would have got I would have got oiled up.
Because we got to leave the villa, all the girls just randomly, we just started talking about the boys, even though we weren't supposed to, because we went to a restaurant for dinner.
Yeah.
And the producers
Were you
couldn't.
mic'd up then?
No. Because you're out of the villa and the producers couldn't control us. And we all just decided we hated the boys.
Yeah.
Like, I still liked my couple, but everyone else was just like, this guy's annoying, I'm sick of him, they're an ick. And all the girls came back into the villa and we all just had a massive grudge and everything the boys were doing was just giving us the ick. Because they were like eating blocks of cheese and farting and stinking. And once we got away from the villa, we were like, oh my God, we can't stand them all. So the girls all came back into the villa with a grudge against the boys. And then one of the boys actually broke up with a girl on the off day, off camera.
Fucking hell.
She was absolutely devastated. And because it happened off camera, the producers made her and him go have a conversation and made him dump her again. So she got dumped twice.
Oh my God.
And it was so random for everyone
I bet
in the
girl,
public.
when it actually happened, like the second time,
She was really upset.
Oh, again?
Yeah, she was
I would
really
have just put on a
upset.
brave face and just gone, I don't mind.
I think she kind of did put on a braver face, but I think she was really
I would
upset.
have been like, oh, I don't really care now.
But-
I would have actually, do you know what I would have done in that situation? I would have then broke up with him before he broke up with me. I would have sat down and be like, do you know what? I don't want to be with you.
Well, because
Uno fucking reverse flip card, bitch.
But because the breakup happened off camera and on the off day, everyone in the Australian public was so fucking confused.
Yeah.
Well, why this happened? Because heaps of drama just kept happening on the off days, and we was like everyone was just arguing on the off days. So the off days does make a lot of sense why you can't be together.
We are running out of time. Honestly, we could speak about the ins and outs. So we're going to let you decide. If you've enjoyed this episode, obviously thumbs up, like, subscribe, but also comment. And if we do decide, if it, you know, this gets a good response and we do another video about the ins and outs and the actual secrets, do write in your questions, specific things that you want to know.
Give us your Love Island specific nitty gritty questions because we're here to spill all the tea and all the questions. So
and then we might possibly do another episode on it. But
and if you're bored, let us know as well because otherwise we just won't talk about it again.
yeah. We're going to go through some of the Love Island rules with you. You have to ask to vape.
Everyone has to ask to vape and you have to be like registered to vape too.
You have to, registered for nicotine. And you have to ask, like a kid, you have to go, please, can I go outside for a vape? Same with the toilet. You have to ask to go to the toilet.
So I didn't vape And if I changed my mind in the villa and wanted to vape, you're not allowed to. If you didn't vape when you came into the villa or smoke cigarettes, you can't do it the whole time.
Yeah, you can't do it. And you have to be accompanied by someone. So you're not actually allowed to leave the villa. They will basically say yes or no. And if they say yes, someone will be waiting for you outside. So when you leave, you have someone accompanying you.
So the people that vaped had to literally stand there and vape with someone watching them.
Yeah.
You're filmed 24/7. This includes going to the toilet.
Yeah, so the cheeky little bastards had a camera in the corner of the toilet and basically said, we won't watch unless we have to, sort of thing. But imagine going to the toilet being filmed and also being mic'd up. So if you have a poo, if you grunt while you poo, if you have a sloppy poo,
they can hear what you do on the toilet.
They can hear everything.
I remember once I actually vomited in the toilet and they sent me to the beach hut. And I was like, how are you supposed to hear that? Because they heard that I vomited. I had to go to the medic.
Yeah.
So they literally, when you're in the toilet, they can hear everything.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to take your mic off either.
You have to give consent for sex or any sexual intercourse.
So in Love Island Australia, they actually have buttons next to the bed. And if you press the button, it means yes.
Weird AF.
However, in our season, we weren't as technologically advanced.
Was there a no button? Do you know what I mean? Was there a no button?
I don't think so. If you didn't press the button, you technically didn't consent.
What? So you have to be getting in the mood and then you're like, hold on. Let me just press my button.
Correct. But it gets worse. In my first season of Love Island Australia, 2019, we weren't as technologically advanced. So there was no button. So do you know what you had to do to consent?
I consent.
You had to point to the camera and say, I consent. And if you didn't, everyone's in bed, right? The whole bedroom, the whole villa can hear you. The voice of God comes down, wakes everyone up and says, Jessie, do you consent?
Did that happen?
Well, yeah, if anything's happening.
Did that happen in your villa?
In our villa, yeah.
To you?
I can't remember. I can't remember. I don't think so.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Well, even if you're kissing and you're ruffling under the blankets, the voice of God comes and says, they say your name and says, do you give consent? And obviously it ruins the mood. And obviously the whole villa can hear you. Yeah,
so we basically in our season, you got brought into the beach hut and they basically go, what happened last night? Do you consent? Blah, 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 and go through a whole load of questions.
And you just sit in there like a child, like, yes.
Yes, I give consent.
And it's really funny in the morning because everyone that has to consent, it all happens at the same time. So you know who was getting cheeky the night before.
Oh, you fucking could hear it as well.
Yeah, that was great.
We were next to a couple who would fucking, everyone heard them and it was every single night. And we were like, fucking hell, have a day off.
I think they did end up having a day off when they weren't together, but...
But we won't go into that.
On Love Island, you only got 1 or 2 drinks a night.
So you would actually get told off if you, say if I didn't want to have a drink and I wanted to give my drink to Jessie, Jessie would get told off if she took it and drunk it. You were literally allowed 1 drink.
However,
so it didn't do fuck all. You weren't getting pissed. You weren't getting like woohoo. It did nothing.
But on movie night, because they had the bottles of wine, I actually started drinking Liv Hawkins. So she gave me her red wine. So I was drinking... I think I had 4 drinks. I was pissed.
I got pissed once. I got really pissed. I wasn't filming for the whole episode, and this was on the beach club day.
Yeah,
the beach club day. There was basically bottles of prosecco all around the villa, and me and a couple of other people took them and went upstairs, drunk them as fast as we could. We all got quite pissed. So 2 of us, me and someone else, wasn't allowed to film. But then the other person had to go downstairs pissed. And then the scene that he had to do, he basically got shouted at. It was really fucking funny. During the day, you have to stay outside.
This was so annoying. If you wanted to go inside, you had to ask.
Yeah.
I couldn't go in to brush my hair and fix my lip gloss because they'd be like, where are you going? What are you doing? And I'd be like, just go to fix my lips or brush my hair because there's no mirrors outside as well.
No.
So you literally had to ask. And you had to ask to go to the bathroom as well.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Please, sir, can I go to the toilet?
You had to ask to do everything. It was crazy. You were a child.
Yes.
Finally, moving on to our agree to disagree moment of the week. And this is going to be Love Island related this week. And our statement is, drumroll please, people get false edits. You agree that people get false edits?
See, I find this difficult because everything you do in Love Island, you do. And you've done it.
Yeah.
However, sometimes I think people can be swayed to do things, but I still think it's you that did it.
I agree with that. I don't think people get false edits because I think if you're portrayed mean on the show, more times than not, you ask the people in the villa and they would say you're mean as well. Because I've seen people come out and go, oh, I've got a false edit. Like, I'm not like that. And I'm like,
But you still said it.
That's not true. We know who you really are, sort of thing. But then maybe deep down they might feel like they get false edits. But from my point of view, I'm like you said, if you say it, you done it. You done it. No one told you to do it.
But then I've had in our Love Island Australia season, there was someone who literally was so perfect and nice on camera.
Yeah.
And then behind scenes would say the most fucked stuff.
Really?
Where we were like, we feel uncomfortable being around this person because they're just saying like really, really horrible things. But in front of the cameras, they were just so lovely.
Oh, wow. So maybe they do. Maybe they do.
But I don't think it's edit. I think it's how they act.
Yeah, because were they saying these things when they weren't being filmed?
Yeah, they were saying these things when they weren't being filmed. So but when they were on camera, they were like so lovely, so nice. It was like a big act. So they didn't get edited to look nice. They just acted nice.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is a bit tough, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a weird one. I don't know. I feel like though, if you're a producer and you saw someone acting complete opposite to your normal personality, like they're there to make a TV show. They're not going to try out this nasty person.
Everyone does have a storyline.
Yeah, everyone does have a storyline.
Everyone does have a storyline, but your storyline can change.
Yeah.
Because they almost have to plan out how they want it to go. 100%. But obviously, you're not held there at gunpoint telling you to say these things or do these things.
No, yeah.
Sort of thing.
I think some people are definitely like more calculated with their personalities. Yeah. And I think those people would be exactly like that in person.
Yeah.
Someone who can actually act that calculated on a show like Love Island for such an extended period of time.
Yeah.
That person, this ain't their first rodeo. They're doing this in their normal life too. You know
your secrets. But without trying to call anyone out in this episode, we're going to end it there, baby. So yeah, please do let us know if you want to follow up an episode and if you want us to answer any of your questions.
Put them below. But on that note, thank you so much for watching.
Remember to like. Fuck, you're so bad at this.
Yeah, I know.
I should just end it every time.
You're good at this stuff. I get brain fog.
Remember, people, Spotify, we want these 5-star ratings.
Yeah, we got 4.9.
Yeah, so whoever did that, fuck you. Whoever did that, fuck you.
Whoever gave us the 5 stars, say thank you.
Yeah, and keep them coming. You know, we do have to pay bills, guys. Like, we have stuff to pay for, so... I'm only joking. But yeah, please do give us 5 stars. Like, subscribe, put the little notification bell on. Because we're going to have a good big year this year.
And we hope you enjoyed listening. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.